I can't see her face.
I know, neither can I.
Play it again.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I will be doing another episode recap of today's episode of Days of Our Lives for June 19th, 2023. Happy Juneteenth, and it's also my daughter's 5th birthday, so it's double the celebration today. I hope you guys are doing well and staying cool in this heat because it's hot where I'm at, right? So we're gonna dive into today's episode. So today we see a lot happening with the Juneteenth celebrations. So we see where Abe and Paulina, they have set up a celebration, going home party plus an anniversary, because it's their anniversary today as well as Juneteenth. So it's like a triple celebration because they're also sending away Johnny and Chanel. They're going on their big adventure in LA, right? So of course Paulina is sad that she has to be saying goodbye to her baby girl. She's not liking that, right? No parent really likes that. So Abe is saying, she's a strong woman, you raised her to be a strong woman, so she'll be good. She has to go on this adventure with her husband and their baby. They have to make life, right? They have to make some big risks, take some big risks, right? So we see where there was a knock at the door and she thinks it's already Chanel because she doesn't know of any other impending visitors. So we see Eli and the two babies, Jules and Carver. So it is really exciting to see Eli back on the scene again. I really like Eli and Lani together as a really successful black couple. I like to see those images on the soap opera for real, especially on a day like Juneteenth, right? So we see them come in and they embrace, and they're talking about everything that has happened, checking on Paulina and everything that happened with her and Chanel. So then we see the other scene where Chanel is at the bakery and she closed it down because she has to make those preparations to go to LA, right? So of course she's emotional about it because it's her other baby, that's her business. She started it from the ground up, so she's emotional about it. But then she sees Lani and her hug it out. She's happy to see Lani. It's been a while. So then Lani tells her that Eli and the babies are here to celebrate Mom and Paulina and Abe's wedding anniversary. So she asks Chanel why she cries. So of course Chanel fills her in on what's happening with her and the baby, and then they sit down and talk about everything, including the fallout with her and Paulina, that they have mended fences, so everything is good again. So then we see the next scene where there's Stefan and EJ, right? So Stefan is just rubbing it in that he has this leverage over EJ, right? And he's telling EJ, you better come through today because you don't want me to spill the beans to Nicole, because if Nicole find out that Jude is not your son and it's Eric's, she's gonna drop you like yesterday's news, right? So EJ is saying, don't worry, I'm gonna get it sorted out, because EJ is desperate to hold on to Nicole and this whole so-called family that he created with her, right? I don't know why, but he's really desperate, and it's not nice to see EJ that desperate. So we see Johnny come in, seeing them argue, and Johnny saying what's going on. So Stefan is involved, including him. Stefan is telling Johnny that okay, EJ is mad because Kristen is now CEO, and that's what Johnny was concluding there, right? So we see where Johnny comes in, right? And Johnny's asking what's going on because they're having an argument, right? So Stefan said, oh, nothing, So Johnny said, is it because his aunt Kristen is in charge of the Mirror Enterprises? So they're saying that, Stefan is saying that among other things that your dad should be aware of. He doesn't want his world to implode on him. So then we see Stefan go along his merry way, and then Johnny and EJ get a time to chat. So EJ asks Johnny about the appointment, seeing if the appointment is okay, and everything went well. So he said yes, they get to hear the baby's heartbeat, everything is okay with that. But he also had more major news to tell him. So he told his dad that he's moving to LA to work with one of his favorite producers, right? Favorite big time directors in the independent film industry. So he tell EJ that he never approved of him with his career endeavors, but this is what he has to do. So EJ said nonsense, like he actually is proud of him and him being in his conviction and him going after what he wants, no matter how his father or anybody in his family thinks. So they had a good father-son moment there, right? So the next scene we see Julie and Chad. They're still at the bank, and Mr. Mooney, I think his name is, he came in with the box, and he says he always is in good service within the mirror, so that wasn't a big deal. So then Chad and Julie are excited to see what's in this box. However, Mr. Mooney, the bank manager, I think he's the bank manager, he said you need the code to open it. So they're like, what code? So he said you need a code. So Chad is saying Clyde Weston told him about this box, and the man said no, he's not the owner of the box, it's the police lady, the evil police lady. What's her name? I can't remember her name right now. I know it will pop up at some point in the video. You ever had those like blanks? So yes, Goldman. Yes, Goldman, right? Officer Goldman. So she's the owner of the box. So Chad made a call to Rafe, and then Rafe sorted it out. So he was able to get the code, and they opened the box. So in the box was a thumb drive, right? So when they put the thumb drive onto the laptop, they see a video of a room, and the blonde lady was in the room. So they're suspecting that it's Abigail, but of course there's a lot of clues, a lot of questions that is left from this scene. So that is where that ended. So we're back at Abe and Paulina's place, and Paulina is saying, why can't the movie studio be in Chicago? So that is when Lonnie Chanel come in, and Lonnie said, what's this talk about Chicago? And that's where Paulina is excited, and she hugged her up, and she's glad to see her other daughter, right? So then they started talking more about everything that Paulina is going through with this concerned citizens of Salem organization, and she's she's upset about it. But Abe is like, let's not talk about politics, right? Let's just keep it really simple. So that is when we see Johnny come in, and Chanel is saying, that probably is my husband. So she goes to the door, open it, let him in. So Johnny came in, and Johnny acknowledges everybody in the room, and he sees Eli, and he's happy to see Eli and Lonnie, and he asks where the kids are, and Eli say the kids were napping. So of course Johnny is thankful for the party, and he said Paulina and Abe, everybody can come visit, there'll be a large enough guest room, right? So Paulina say it better sure be, because you're taking my daughter and my unborn grandchild away like that. So Johnny said yeah. So Johnny said, is there any room for more family to come in, right? So he mentioned his dad, wanting his dad to come over and be a part of the celebration. So of course, Paulina and Abe are hesitant given the previous history, right? So by the time that happened, EJ is there, and the door open, and EJ is saying, I hope it's enough room for me to come, after all, we're family, we're gonna welcome a grandchild. So EJ goes over to Paulina and Abe, and EJ is saying, regarding him becoming DA again. So of course, that in itself, he said, he no longer has a conflict of interest. He's no longer CEO. And Paulina said, oh really? So he said, the dumb people over the mirror, they let Kristen be in charge now. So he's free, and he's free to come take back his post as DA. So of course there's some leverage, because if he gets the job, he will, back down on the whole organization on getting Paulina recalled. So of course, they're hesitant, and they're not liking this whole thing. But again, they're tired of the whole press regarding that, right? So we see where Eli is gone off to meet up with Julie and bring the grandkids over there, right? So we see where he meets up with her, and they embrace and they're happy to see each other, and she asks about her grandkids and where they are. So he said they're in the kitchen with Doug with some cookies and stuff, and they embrace each other. And then she's saying there's a lot going on, they want to find some answers, of course, with what happened today. She didn't really mention it to Eli, because again, they're trying to keep it on the low and not tell much family members if Abigail is possibly alive. So Julie is just like, she has a lot of questions regarding that video, right? So we see where Chad gone back to the police station, and then Chad says, is Clyde still there? So Jada said Clyde is off to be in solitary confinement. So he said, when is his visiting hours? So she said there will be no visiting hours, because he will be in confinement. He'll be by himself. So that is where that scene left off. But Chad is at the mirror, so his resources are unlimited, so he will figure it out regardless if he needs the answers, right? So if we backtrack, we see there was a scene with Stefan and Jada. So Jada is saying that she needs his help regarding Gabby's release, right, and him to deal with Clyde again in order for that to happen. So Stefan wants no parts with Clyde, given the history and running the drug trade in the restaurant, right? So he really don't want no part. So she's saying, let's look at it another way, not the legal way. You're the mayor, you have resources. So he's saying, oh, so you want me to go rogue, go illegal? So she's hinting at that. So he said no, he just don't want no encounters, nothing with Clyde. So she said, how you look? So you look like you already have a plan cooking up. So he's tight-lipped about it. So that was where he started. He said he doesn't want to encounter Clyde again and deal with her. So he went off. So we see where he and EJ were back at the mansion, and then Stefan is like, I'm gonna blurt this secret out to Nicole, because he's like tired of waiting. So EJ said, you should be getting a notification right now. So Stefan see it, and he sees that EJ is back as DA. So he said, oh, so they cheers to that. And so now Stefan said, so the first order of business. So he said yes, to let Gabby be released, right? So yeah, EJ's in a tight hold, but EJ will do anything to hold on to Nicole at this point. It's giving desperation at this point, right? So then we see we're back at Abe and Paulina's, right? And Paulina is telling Trust the bad news, and should just get the job, telling, but I would be upset. I just got the job and you fired me after 3 days? So no notice or nothing, right? I don't know how the policy works, folks, but yeah, I would be tight. So Melinda just hung up the phone on her, and then Abe and Chanel and Johnny, Lonnie were there. They're about to blow out the candles. So of course they made it more, they added some more tradition into it by including a poem or a prayer. It was by Christina K, I think that's the name of the poem, Heroes. It was a very beautiful poem and a very beautiful celebration for Juneteenth. I think they ended it really well with Abe saying it, So that is where that ended with that celebration. So yes, a pretty short episode. It was really good. I liked how they incorporated Juneteenth in the episode, and we also want to know if Abigail is truly alive. So stay tuned for more episode recaps. I'm about to enjoy my baby's celebration myself, on Juneteenth today, right? So don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my channel, and don't forget to comment below if you like the video. All right, so see you next time.